Have you ever thought about a gate? I know that's a weird question. A gate is a place where you enter, you exit. It's a place of access. But have you ever really thought about a gate? More specifically, have you ever thought about what Scripture talks about with a gate? Now, in Scripture, a gate is a place that is incredibly important. For a city, this meant protection and safety when an enemy army was coming in. It also was a place of trade and land deals and marriage rights, as Boaz made a deal with the family to marry Ruth. It's also a place where God proclaims messages. This is seen in Jeremiah, where Jeremiah proclaims the message of God to all of Jerusalem and from the gates. It's also a place of social connection. It actually is the social nexus of a city. A gate is a place of access. And we all have access in our lives. It's the places where we enter into who and what influences our lives, and who and what we begin relationships with. Jesus himself calls himself the narrow gate because it is an access to him. It is an access to the life that he lives. And we all have gates in us. We all have places where we can allow people to enter in and out of. And that's where we can use our access, our places of access, our gates, to allow people to enter into our lives so that we may show them who Christ is in us, as well as build relationships and build trust and love our neighbors. So the question becomes, how do we do this? Well, first off, we got to find our gates. We got to find the places of access. And this could be consistent places, such as your workplace, the people you consistently see, or in your classroom, or different places that you're going. Informal meetings could happen just on your lawn, as you greet neighbors who are walking by, while remaining physical distance, but not social distance. Another kind of gate is a consistent, intentional gate. One where you are reaching out to people that you may know, texting them, emailing them, calling them, but intentionally reaching them out to them. These are kinds of gates. These are places of access. And once we know these places of access, we can begin to invite people into these access. We can begin a conversation, a relationship with them, and we can begin building something. And once somebody is invited, they can feel the freedom to walk through that gate, to begin relating to you, to build a relationship with you. And once they can trust you, and once they can see you a little bit better, they begin to see your life. And this is where you can begin revealing Christ. You can begin being vulnerable, to trust them, and they trust you. And it allows us to love our neighbors. These places of access, these gates, are all around us. And once we can find them, we can invite people into them, we can welcome them into the place, and then we can walk through that gate and begin a relationship and love our neighbor, just like Jesus wanted us to.